So it is the beginning of a new year, and if you use a e-ink tablet like me, you may be looking for a good digital planner. I have been using this planner by ePaperTemplates. I bought it on Etsy for many years now. I use it on my SuperNote A5X e-ink tablet, and this is great. So I want to do a review to show you this planner and kind of tell you how I use it. So this is the planner, and by the way, I'm showing this on my computer because it's easier for me to capture the display. You get a better view of it. But obviously, I use it typically on my digital tablet. So you may be able to see this. This planner has 890 pages. It comes with different front page design, and there are a couple of different options that you can order with. At the end, you download it as a PDF. Now, my planning process, I'm going to go to the first page, which is the calendar, but your planning process probably is similar to mine in that, for every year, there are a couple of large goals that I have set for myself, but then I plan it on a quarterly basis. So every quarter, you kind of figure out some of the goals for the year that you want to achieve, and then you plan it that way. And then once you have the quarter layout, you're going to execute it by tracking daily, weekly, monthly your progress. So the starting point, the first page of this planner is this full year calendar. And I can think of this as kind of like the master table of content links, if you like. When you're lost, you can always come back to here. You click the calendar button, and then this gives you navigation to the quarters, as you can see, the gray area, all 4 quarters, weeks and day, and so forth. So let's jump into the quarter section. I'm going to click on Q1. The quarter pages, there are a couple of pages belonging to the quarter planning area. This helps me set up my quarterly planning. So there are 3 goals, which makes sense, right? These are 1, 2, or 3 goals that you want to achieve the quarter. Each of these are actually linked. So if I click on one, it goes to a goal detail page. So this is where you write out what you want to achieve, and then maybe some key action steps that you need to take to get there. Benefits and reward, this gives some motivation to achieve this goal. So this is a key page that you really should fill out at the beginning rather, for each quarter. And you notice here there's a backlink with a little gray triangle. So the triangle direction makes sense, right? So if it's pointing left, it means you're going back to something. So back to the quarter, right? So I can go to goal 3, fill this out, and then go back. So 3 gold detail page. There are also these monthly tabs here. You can starting to think of what you want to do for the months, and if you click on these, they go to the monthly calendar. Now the monthly calendar, I'll cover it later. This is a key nav again for the month, but I'm just going to click this gray arrow. This goes up. Not surprisingly, back to the quarter. So let me show it to you again. So you can go to the goals, you can go back, you can go to month, and you can go back. And then the bottom, other projects, right? Besides the big goals, there may be other things that you want to tackle, and it makes sense to have area here. I also want to show you this link. This says quarterly overview. So this is kind of a strange page. I think of this as a calendar in a list format, right? So it lists out all the days, and I don't use this much, maybe because I like to think of the calendar as a grid, like a regular calendar. Another thing about this page is that there is no easy way to go back for some reason. So I end up having to click on calendar, and then click on the quarter to go back to here. So I don't use the quarterly overview that much, partly for that reason. One final thing I want to point out is at the very bottom of the page, there's a little text that says second quarter with an arrow, but this is not a link. And the reason is the planner is laid out so that the first few pages are the quarterly goals, because again, I think these are the important pages, so you want to have them at the beginning. So all you need to do on your e-ink device is just swipe or whatever your next page action sequence is, and you will see them. So I'm just going to hit the cursor key here since I'm on the computer, I can show you page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. So the first few pages are the quarterly goals, which is the focus for the quarter. So next up, once you have a quarter kind of set up, this is your target, your goal, you can work on your planning on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So I'm going to start from the calendar page again. So this time I'm just actually going to go right to the month of January. The monthly area, this is the monthly calendar. And again, very much this is a table of content navigation homepage kind of thing, right? On this grid, you can go to every single day, every single week. You can go to other months, and you can go back to the quarter. So again, month, right? I can go to week 2. And we'll go back to the calendar. And then I can go to a particular day. The strange display here is just how the PDF reader is showing on my computer, but each of the day number is a link. So let's say January 15th. That will take you to January 15th. And then I'm just going to quickly do this. Up arrow, you know by now, go back to the monthly calendar. So monthly calendar, you can go to the week, you can do the days, you can jump between different months, you can go back to the quarter. But I want to show you the monthly overview page. So this is a planning page for the month, a little bit like the quarter page as well, right? You figure out what are the things you need to do for this month, maybe some big goals on the right-hand side, and then there's a tracker. So if you do, tracking, this is the easy way to set one up. Drink water, exercise, or whatever, and then you can just check these off as the days go by. So for the month planning area, there are basically 2 things here. There's the main calendar page, and then you have the overview page. Calendar, overview, calendar. Make sense? Now let's go to the next unit, which is a week. So I'm going to click on second week of January here. So this is a classic weekly page. This page, actually, you can get this in 2 different formats. This particular format, it's good because the days, space for the days are equal. So Friday and Saturday, they both have a similar number of lines available. What that means is that the task area is different. In this version, there's only a task list. In the other version, there are 3 areas for 3 goals for the week, which is actually useful. So because I tend to do as much work on Saturday as on a weekday, I picked this format this time, but I'm just going to write my big goals for the week down here under the task area. So again, a weekly planning page. So you probably want to do this Sunday night, plan out your week, the major tasks, major goals, and then you can execute comes Monday. If you click on the date, not surprisingly, now you go to the month. And then I'm just going to go back to the week. So the weekly area, it's for weekly planning. Finally, on the daily basis, I'm just going to pick Wednesday. For each day, you have 3 top priority tasks, additional tasks, and then a schedule. Again, this page can be customized. I think the start and end time for the day may be customizable. I don't remember, but this is how I like it anyway. So this is the page I look at on my desk during the day as I update or check my schedule and so forth. Now, the daily page has the similar kind of navigation, right? Up to the month, up to the week. So let's gonna go to Thursday, go back, Monday, and so forth. You can go back to the month, and then jump to the 12th. And then you can use this to jump quickly to the different days of this month. Now you notice on the bottom, again, there is this text here. What this is telling you is the daily pages for this week actually is next to each other. So you can also just swipe or page back and forth within the week, and that will get you to the next day as well. So next I want to talk about daily notes. So this is Tuesday the 9th right now. I'm going to click on daily note, and then there is a page here that is dated Tuesday the 9th. I'm going to go back to the day, go back to the note. So there is basically an additional notes page for each day so that you can use it for whatever means you want to. And then on the daily notes page, there is an index, it's up arrow. So if you click on this, you will see that for the whole month, there is an index page. So you can kind of note down, which day you have a note and what's in it. So this is, to me, this is like the bullet journal kind of planning. I don't use this too much, but it's here if you want to get additional notes on a daily basis. So again, daily notes, I can pick on, go back to the 12th. So this is notes for Friday the 12th, and then click on back to day, and it gets me back to that day that I was planning out. Now, if you've been watching the screen, you might notice that on the title line, there are these three things: calendar, to-do list, and notes. I've now been ignoring it because the notes and to-do list are something kind of different from everything else that I have here. And calendar, obviously, is the one that brings you back to the main calendar. So this is kind of the key navigation in my mind. But let me, again, pick Wednesday the 10th. So we're on the daily page. If you click on this notes tab or button, instead of the daily note, you go to a different area. So here, basically at the end of the planner, we're at page 875 right now. There are a bunch of free notes page, if you like. And you can just click on these guys and it will jump. Let me just go to the first page. So this is notes page 1. Right back to the index, notes page 2, and so forth. And these pages are actually next to each other. So if you swipe, go to the next page, you can actually page through all of them. But there are basically 15 additional free form, if you like, notes page at the end of the journal that you can use. And again, you can make custom index notes here so that you know how these 15 pages are used. On the left here, you see daily notes and with the month here. So this lets you navigate back to the other kind of note, which are the daily notes. So January. So now we're on the 1 page a day daily notes page index, right? So this would be the note for 1 page for Friday the 12th versus go to notes page. I have these 15 general notes, and I can go to notes page 5. Right, so again, back to the index for the 15 pages extra at the back of the journal, or you can also get to the daily notes. But let me go back to the calendar. Let's pick again the 8th. So 2 kinds of notes, right? Free notes at the end, and obviously you can just duplicate those pages and get more if you need. Daily notes are more, I think, for tracking stuff that happened for that day. To-do list is another thing that's similar to the notes area. So there are a total of 30 to-do pages. Again, this is the index, right? You click on one of them, you can list however number of tasks here, you can prioritize them, you can check them off, and then you can describe them using the index. The way I think of this is if you have to-do lists per project that are not yet assigned to a particular day, you may want to put it on here. So, the first line is, project X, project Y, project C. These are the things that you want to do, and you will build up this list as the project happens. But what you can do is since this is a e-ink tablet, you can take one of these to-dos, copy or move it onto a particular day when you're working on it, right? Very, very easily digitally. And then you can kind of go back and forth between project-based to-dos and daily to-dos. So I've thrown a lot of information at you here. I hope that all makes sense. Again, this is a digital planner from a seller called ePaperTemplates on Etsy. They have basically the planner set up for all the popular e-ink tablets. They have them set up for different sizes. So I had a version for the A6X before, and then I got an A5X. So I just switched over to this one. She also has other journals and meeting books that are very, very well done as well. So I highly recommend this. Go check it out. I'll put the link in the description.